How's it going, everybody? Vin here. And today we're going to be discussing exactly what went wrong with the Brooklyn Nets, as just 2 years ago, the super team of Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden looked like a formidable trio that was going to win the NBA Finals, in my opinion. But injuries and gruntled superstars, I don't know how to really phrase that part, but just things did not line up anywhere near well. So in 2019, the Nets signed both Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving to deals as a free agent. They ended up trading for James Harden as well, but now he was obviously dealt for Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and Sixers 2 first-round picks. The 2023 first-round pick, so this year, and the 2027 first-round pick, which is protected 1 through 8. Nets gave away James Harden and Paul Millsap in that trade. Harden was reportedly fed up with Kyrie Irving's antics, as he essentially did not want to deal with a part-time player in Kyrie Irving who could not play at home for most of the 2021-2022 season due to the COVID-19 vaccine that Irving refused, as it was mandated in New York. And that just seemed really bad. But then the Nets decided to trade Kyrie Irving on February 5th, as they traded away him, who Kyrie Irving said, "Hey, I'm walking at the end of the year. Get rid of me if you want something." They traded away Kyrie Irving and Markieff Morris, so basically just Kyrie Irving and a solid veteran, for Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, the Mavs 2029 first-round pick, which is unprotected, the Mavericks 2027 and 2029 second-round picks as well. Then last night happens, where Kevin Durant gets traded. This was his second trade request in 8 months. Nets finally decided, hey, we'll give you what you want. We'll send it to the Suns, who was his preferred destination. And the Nets give away Durant and TJ Warren. They get back Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, 4 future first-round picks every other year beginning in 2023, as well as a first-round pick swap with the Suns in 2028. So, as a total, they got 6 unprotected first-round picks, 1 protected first-round pick, a first-round pick swap, 2 second-round picks, and a bunch of players. This Nets team went bad, obviously. I don't know if a lot of people are going to blame it on the general manager, Sean Marks, on Joe Tsai, the team's owner, but basically they got exactly what they had in Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. They let them run the organization, which is okay. That happened with a decent amount of superstars. But the issue was they didn't get a veteran voice in that locker room. As soon as Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant came, they fired Kenny Atkinson shortly after, and they went to Steve Nash, a first-time head coach that did not know how to manage superstars, which you can't blame Nash at this point, or at that point, because he was just hired to be a buddy-buddy with the players. That's who Durant and Kyrie Irving wanted. As you remember, Kyrie Irving basically went on the Etc. podcast and said, hey, we could coach ourselves, which is a bad sign. The Nets got greedy. They traded for James Harden. I don't fault them on that. I think, as you see, having 3 superstars can get a little dicey. But if you have 3 superstars, you're going to win. I think they gave up a good amount for getting Harden, as they traded away a big man in Jarrett Allen, They obviously traded away Karis LeVert and a bunch of picks, so they recouped their picks essentially, so they're back at square one. But they have they have some nice players on this roster right now. I think this Brooklyn Nets team is a 6 through 10, or maybe a 5 through 10 seed at this point. Where their record is now going into the second half of the year. They have guys like Ben Simmons, who is still a question mark. They have, obviously, guys like Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith. They have Joe Harris. Obviously, they have Nick Claxton, who is looking like a defensive player of the year. This team is in a rebuild. Now they essentially said, hey, we have to admit it to ourselves. They're stocked up on draft picks, obviously, now. But Sean Marks, if he's going to remain the GM, because I don't know if he is going to after basically just building a super team and then just letting it fade for nothing. But what went wrong was the Nets essentially hitched their wagon to Kyrie Irving and let Kyrie Irving say, hey, I'm going to control this franchise. I'm going to decide we want to get rid of Kenny Atkinson. We want Steve Nash. Then Steve Nash is an issue. They want to get rid of Steve Nash, and then Jacque Vaughn is there, and they look great. Kevin Durant gets injured after the Nets being 18-2 in 20 games stretch. Then, all of a sudden, Kyrie Irving wants money, and he is fed up. He keeps having his issues. There were just a lot of dominoes, and as a Brooklyn Nets fan, I enjoyed those 3+ years. Even if we didn't get a championship, we had one playoff series victory. I believe it was 7 playoff wins in their span together. But it's a massive L on the super team. But I still enjoyed it. As a Nets fan who really didn't have much, I remember going through the 12-70 Brooklyn Nets and all that. So I'm okay with it. I'm still going to be a Nets fan. But it's a little tough. So tell me what you guys think about this. What really went wrong on this Nets team? Was it injuries? Was it the vaccine having to be mandated? Was it just Kyrie Irving in general? Was it something else? Tell me in the comments below. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't done already, and I will see you guys in the next one.